Imagine a world where the grid didn't just flicker, it vanished. A massive solar flare or EMP event has fried every circuit, silenced every engine, and plunged society into a darkness from which it may never recover. You are part of a small group of survivors who managed to secure Locker 9, a fortified storage unit or bunker that holds the keys to survival in a lawless wasteland. But in a powerless world, having resources makes you a target. Welcome to Locker 9, the first gritty, relentless, and hyper-realistic installment in Franklin Horton's post-apocalyptic series. If you love detailed prepper logistics, tactical homestead defense, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of building a new society from the ashes of the old, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in survival fiction, blending the visceral terror of a collapsing civilization with the profound satisfaction of hard work and community resilience. The narrative kicks off in the immediate aftermath of the collapse as our protagonist navigates the chaotic transition from modern convenience to primitive survival. The atmosphere is thick with the silence of dead electronics, the smell of wood smoke, and the creeping dread of knowing that help is not coming. Horton excels at capturing the brutal reality of the long-term collapse, making every scavenging run, every fortified gate, and every tense negotiation feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is absolute ruin. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its uncompromising commitment to tactical realism and the spectacular grid-down trope. This isn't a story about zombies or mutants. It's about the brutal, exhausting reality of staying alive when the rules no longer apply. Watching the protagonist navigate the treacherous social hierarchy of the wasteland, form tentative alliances with other survivors, and use their wits and weapons to outsmart raiders who have turned violence into an art form is incredibly gripping. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the survival mechanics to life, making the crunch of broken glass, the sharp crack of a rifle, and the heavy silence of a world without power feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of Locker 9 lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't an invincible killer. They are a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of doing what is necessary to protect those they care about. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable loyalty to the small group of survivors they manage to protect, a found family bound by the shared trauma of the collapse. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations by a campfire feel just as impactful as the explosive, chaotic firefights on the perimeter. As the plot accelerates toward its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, organized raider gang targets the locker's location, forcing the community into a desperate, high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's will to survive is stronger than the darkness. Locker 9 is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. Franklin Horton has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivor. The world ended in a blackout, but their fight for tomorrow is just beginning.